Hey everybody, this is Hassan off Kilter. Remember how I said a few videos ago that I was done shoveling for the summer, that we got that hill down and I don't have to shovel anymore? Guess what I get to do? So, Owen loved that sand hill. Played on it like crazy. He was really sad when it went down. So my dad said, oh, when I come down for your birthday party, I'll build you a sandbox. And we finally got him to understand that he's had essentially a sandbox to play in since the hill's gone down. And it was the hill that was the novelty, not the sandbox. So him and my mom were talking and they said, well, it's hot. So like today it was not a high of 93, but it was 93 with a feels like temp of 103. And that was at like 6:30 in the evening. So it was a brutal day today. I said, let's get him a pool. Awesome. I love that idea. That was a great birthday present for Owen. But remember in that video that I talked about the hill finally getting taken down, I said we probably could have taken a whole nother load just to make the rest of the backyard level. That's still very true. So we're not getting in more in, so I'm actually going to have to dig down a little bit on one side, move that sand over to the other side, and hopefully level it out that way. So I'm not going to get to do the kind of work I wanted to tonight. I wanted to get all the sod up, all that top layer up and moved. Then all I had to do was just worry about the sand tomorrow. But I'm going to show you what I've done so far and then bring you along. Hopefully finish this tomorrow to where I can get it up and get it filled. But bring you along and show you my process and get in before I get struck by lightning. There's some wild lightning. So let me turn the camera around, show you what I did this afternoon before dinner. Was hoping to do a lot more tonight. Not gonna work out, and I'll bring you along tomorrow and show you what we have. All right, so you can't really see a whole lot through the camera, but I tell you here in person, you see. So the pool is 18 foot across. So I actually measured it to where I would have 6 inches on each side. So from the center point, you see that little piece of steel, center point, 9.5 foot. I measured it and I dug a trench. And this is just so I can see what I'm doing when I'm working and knowing where I need to go. I'm gonna try to take this top layer of soil off, so all I have to do is worry about the sand. And I don't know if you can tell here, but I need to basically dig out all of that and move it over here. So we're gonna have some of the pool in the ground, you know, a couple inches maybe. And then over on this side, it's gonna be ground level or maybe even a little higher. And then if I need to, once I get it put in and level, I can dig this out a little bit more and we can fill it with rocks or mulch or whatever is needed to kind of help. So that's what I've done so far. Tomorrow I have a couple tricks that I hope to be using and I will reveal those to you. I'll be using some tools in a way they weren't quite made for. Designed for, yes, because what I'll be doing with them is I mean, it's the purpose of the tool, but it's not what it was made for. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, so we are on day 3 actually. I didn't do any filming yesterday while working because honestly it was so boring there was no point in even filming B-roll. So I didn't do any of that. I'll show you what I did yesterday and then we'll get started on to what I'm doing today. Hopefully I'll be able to set up the pool today. This is way more difficult than it probably should be, but when your land is on crazy grades, you have to do it, and we don't have any machinery to help, so it's a flat shovel and whatever else we need to. But I am going to level it out in a certain way, so I'm kind of excited to show that to y'all. So this is what I did yesterday. I took all the top soil off. I have it over here. I still need to spread it out. Figure we'll get some grass on the spot that I filled in, kill two birds with one stone. But we have this lined out now. So hopefully after a couple hours, I'll be able to set up the pool. I don't know, we'll see. But in the meantime, let me go show you how I'm gonna level this thing out, because I think it's a pretty cool setup. So the radius of the pool is 9 feet across. So I have a 10-foot post because I made my pad 6 inches wider all the way around. So I'm gonna measure out 9.5 feet. I'm gonna put a drill and stake this down into the ground. I got the longer piece of rebar. Everything I saw online, they just used a railroad spike, but they were going down into clay. I don't have clay, so I figure if I can get this down a little farther, it'll get into some harder packed sand. Hopefully it won't move around as much as I'm doing this. And then I can just, hopefully, just grade it out like you would concrete and it fill in itself. I'm sure I'm still gonna have to dig a little or move some sand, but hopefully this will get most of it. Then I'll pack it down with a paver, set it up, and get it filling up tonight. Alright everyone, so I have spent all day out here trying to level this thing off, smooth it out, and I finally have it done. I'm going to spin it around, I'm going to show you where we are, I'm going to show you kind of what we did, what I would do differently, and we'll get started on putting this pool up. I hope to have it up tonight so we can start filling it overnight, and then tomorrow when I go to school, my mom can come out here and shut it off and watch it and stuff like that, and then I'll put the chemicals in it tomorrow. So we'll see, but let me go ahead, I'll flip this camera around and I'll show you where we're at. So here we go, and I don't know how well this translates on the camera as opposed to being here. None of the surrounding land is level. So when you look at this thing, it doesn't look level at all. It looks like it's still tilting down at an angle this way. However, I had that level all the way around, and I walked it every 2 or 3 inches. I was checking all the way around, and it's level the whole way. It's not perfectly smooth. It's as smooth as you can get with hand tools. If I had something like a tractor with a bucket on it, or something that could help scrape it, as well as a motorized compactor, that would help a lot. I was using just a paver tamper. Now, what would I do different? The major thing I would do different would be to zip tie my level to the board. Other than that, where I have this sitting, there's not a whole lot of place that I would do anything different. So that's pretty much where we are. I do anticipate around the low side, or what was the low side, I'm gonna have to build a berm where the pool will sit. So we'll see. I may not have to do that, but I'm ready for that if I need to. I can't wait for this thing to be up, just because it's been so much work. It's kind of cruel. Today's been nice. It's been over cloudy, it's been raining, but no lightning or anything, so I could work out here in the rain. That's been nice. I've enjoyed that. But man, the day before that, yesterday, holy crap, it was brutal out here. I've been in Florida a long time. This is the hottest I've ever experienced Florida. And I've worked outside in Florida for many years. The hottest I've ever experienced it. So I'm glad that this portion is done. I hope putting the pool up is not as labor intensive, but we'll see. All right, everybody. So let's learn together. Basically, you have a long one and a short one. The wider one is your horizontal post, connects to your T's. It'll actually sit like that. And then this will be the legs. It's a totally lined pool. It is the Coleman. It's the Coleman Swim Vista Series 2. So we have the pool up. I still need to put some bricks under the legs, and we're filling it up now, so I'm about to smooth out the bottom. I'm gonna turn it around. I just want to preface this, don't judge me. I haven't picked up all the trash yet, so it's gonna look like a hot mess. So I'll turn it around and I'll show you what we did and tell you a couple different things that we learned that you won't get to hear because we had the time lapse. So let me turn this around and I'll show you. All right, so here's the pool. Like I said, it's the Coleman Swim Vista Series 2. Has these neat little sight holes, I guess, that you saw at the beginning with the intro. So now we have enough water in here. I'm gonna build the ladder. It could actually get a little bit more, and I'm gonna smooth out the bottom. This was tough to put in. If you don't put these in perfect, this will stick to it like glue, and it was rough. It says one person can do it. You have to have two. So we're gonna put these on the brick so it doesn't sink down into the sand too bad. Fill it all the way up, and we will get to work. But this is this stage. Once it's all done, we'll get Owen out here and he'll show you the whole pool. So a couple things that I wish I would have done differently as I'm putting this up. I'm in here smoothing out the bottom right now. One, I wish I would have looked online first, because the instructions say to put an inch of water in here and then work the liner out. The best way, and what some guy who says he's a pro does, and it looked like it works super easy, was to use duct tape. And you pull it smooth and you put another duct tape, pull it smooth and take off the previous duct tape and work your way out that way. And it looked like it worked really well. So I would have done that first. I'm still wondering how the legs are gonna work because they all wanna come in. I'm hoping once I get some more water in, there's some pressure on the sides, that'll help. I'm going to continue as I'm walking around. I can feel where I definitely didn't make this as smooth out as I probably could have. So I'm gonna have little pools of sediment in the bottom. I did my best with what I had. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm gonna work on these now, and hopefully I'll get back to you here in a little bit. All right, everybody, so I'm trying to work and film in between rainstorms. It's a wild weather day here in Florida. Talking about storms, like good storms, off and on all day. I have filmed this segment a few times, and each time I remember I forgot something. A few things that I would do different if I was to set this pool up again. First, I would try to find somebody with a tractor that can get over here and level it out in, an hour. If I can't do that, and I still had to go with the shovel, that's fine. I can do the shovel, but I would rent a power compactor. I used the tamper, and I tamped this entire area probably 3, maybe 4 times once it was all said and done, trying to make sure it was level. And for the most part, I got it level. I was looking last night as I was starting to fill it up and kind of check out the legs and everything like that. There's only 2 legs that I need to bring up a little bit. Other than that, even on the side that I was really worried about, it seems to be okay. So filling it up, I smoothed out the bottom yesterday. Looking online, they say if you leave it out in the sun before you do that, it'll be easier. I don't know. It was so overcast. It didn't really work well for me. So what I did do, I put the inch of water in it. It's got about maybe 4 inches in it now because I was filling it up. Put the water in it, and basically instead of just walking and pushing it out, I laid down in the water and just kind of Spider-Man'd it, like just pushing it, and my hands are killing me this morning, and just worked out from the center. And I did that a couple times, and it's really smooth. There's no creases in the liner. I won't say it's smooth because we live on sugar sand, so just us walking around on the bottom has created some pretty big differences. So it's not a flat bottom, not a smooth bottom, but there's no creases in it. And that's what I was going for. I was a little self-conscious doing this, afraid anybody was gonna come out and see me doing it, because I kind of felt like a beached whale, and I'm sure I looked like one as well. But so I got it all smoothed out. So we're filling it up today in between storms. I am adjusting the legs. Right now, that's my frustration, because every time, like, I'll move one and another one will kick in. So I'm hoping as more water comes up and we get pressure on the sides, that won't happen. I don't know, we'll see. Overall, yes, it's taken a long time. You know, the first day I was working on it, I had to deal with the heat, and it was so unbearable that I had to stop. And for me to stop working in the heat is a lot. Then the next day, a lot of it's just being bent over. You know, I have that herniated disc in my lower back, so being bent over and shoveling it's tough. So finally got that done. I leveled it. I've never leveled ground before, so I had that trick that I did that you saw a little earlier. That helped a lot. I still know there's probably a more efficient way to get it done, but it is what it is. I work with what I have and what experience I have, so I'm kind of proud of how it all came together. I can't wait to get it finally done. Owen can't wait to get it finally done. All right, throw him out there.
Don't throw it out of the pool.
All right, go get him.
This game is for Mommy.
Oh, do you like our pool? Yeah? Do you have fun?
Yeah, it's so fun.
Good. What do you want to tell everybody on YouTube?
Here, wait. I'm gonna go on the water right in the window.
Oh, okay. You want to wave bye to him?
Not yet.
Yep, tell him goodbye on the window.
Bye.
All right, everyone, so that is our pool. The only critique I have of this pool, if you're thinking about getting one, the ladder that came with it, right here, sucks out loud. One, it is super flimsy, but my biggest complaint, let me turn this around here so you can see it. These feet, all the pressure is on the points instead of fitting flat way across. So all the pressure is on the points. That is not good for a liner. So my dad, wanting to make sure, one, that the ladder is gonna be safe, hold up to my weight, safe for Owen, went ahead and got this ladder here, and I'll turn it around so you can see that. It is a much more substantial ladder. But the best part of this ladder is we can drop this all the way down and lock it. So Owen can't get up there, though he has been given the riot act. He knows better than try to get in this pool without one of us here. So that's it. I know this video was a little long. I'm sorry about that. There was just a whole lot of details that needed to get taken care of. We are so thankful for this pool. So thank you, Mom and Dad, from Owen, but also from all of us. I know it was for Owen's birthday, but we're all enjoying it. We're excited to have it. And I'm gonna go ahead and get changed and jump in with him. So remember, be self-sufficient, help everyone you can, inconvenience no one, and have a wonderful evening. Thanks. Bye.